Now that we've looked at how to graph an equation, let's do a very specific case of finding the equation for a graph. So the other way around, we have the graph, we want the equation. And to do this, we're going to look at circles. And circles are defined completely by two pieces of information, the center and the radius. So we'll define the center as HK and the radius is R. Well, then the equation of a circle is going to be x minus h squared plus y minus k squared equal to r squared. So let's look at a few examples of this. Let's consider the equation x squared plus y squared equal to 0. So here my center, since I'm not subtracting anything from x, the x coordinate will be 0. Since I'm not subtracting anything from y, the y coordinate will be 0. And the 36 at the end is the radius squared. So the radius will be the square root of 36, or 6. If we want to graph that, we know the center is 0, 0. So I'm going to go right 6 to have 1 point, left 6 to have another point, and then up 6 and down 6. And then you can connect the dots in what is roughly a circle. Let's consider this one. So the center comes from these numbers that I'm adding and subtracting from x and y, and we always have to change the sign. So it's actually going to be -1, comma, +3. And my radius will be 2. So if I want to graph this, I know that I need to go over 1, up 3 for my center. I then need to go right 2, left 2, up 2, and down 2, and then I can connect the dots to make my circle. What if we want to find the equation of the circle? Well, we have a center and we have a radius, so it's going to be x minus 5 squared plus y minus -3 is going to be +3 squared is equal to my radius squared, which will be 16. Now let's look at a slightly more complicated example. Let's suppose we know that 3, -2, and 4, 7 are the endpoints of the diameter. Well, to find the radius, I need to find the distance between these 2 points. So we have x2 minus x1 squared plus y2 minus y1 squared. So this is the square root of 1 squared plus 9 squared. The square root of 1 plus 81, or the square root of 82. So this is my diameter. So the radius is going to be half of this, the square root of 82 divided by 2. Now that we have the radius, let's look at the center. And the center is going to be the midpoint of these 2 points. So we'll have add up the x's, divide by 2, add up the y's, and divide by 2. So we have the center as 7/2, comma 5/2. So now my equation, I have x minus 7/2 squared plus y minus 5/2 squared is equal to my radius squared. Square root of 82 squared is 82, and the square root of 2 is 4.